Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing voice. Let's give another round of applause. Yeah. For being so fantastic and for just having such bubbling over enthusiasm for women reaching out to women in business and for networking us and for inviting me tonight. So I'm very, very grateful. And you couldn't have picked a better venue. You may not know this, but a bunch of people in the room do know that in late March of 2011, when my campaign launched, we launched right here.
Oh.
And Marie's kids were flanking me on all sides. And it was a really scary moment because we found out, because you don't really know when an election is going to happen, and we found out the day before. And then we were trying to figure out, well, the national media trucks have, well, the trucks don't have demands, the trucks don't care. But the people who run the trucks have demands, and they wanted to have a place that you could plug into your lights and you could get your outlet, and they wanted a beautiful view in the background. And they needed us to go live nationally sometime between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. or 8:30. They weren't really sure when we'd go live, and they wanted it to be beautiful and all these things. And it all came together at the last minute. And at around, I don't know what time it was, late afternoon, early evening of the night before, we sent out an email to the volunteer base we had, and we signed it. We thought, well, you know, we're hoping 40 people turn out, because at least then there's a good backdrop. We sent out an email to a bunch of people in San Francisco at around, you know, late afternoon, early evening of the night before, with the strange message, please show up tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. at the Seaside. And we're going to need you there, and we're going to cheer and applaud whenever we go live nationally. We don't know when that's going to be. Well, we showed up, and this place was packed. We had over 250 people streaming in, and oh, this is going to go well. But the one thing that did, I had this wonderful vision of how it would look as I announced my campaign from this spot here, where Coen is right now. And right from that spot, we thought, okay, the sun will just be coming up, and it will show how beautiful San Francisco Islands is as we look out across the water. What happened was we had a row of national TV cameras here, and then they said, okay, you know, we've gone through all the leaders' parties, Jill just had finished, and now we're going live to Elizabeth May M.P. San Francisco Islands. At that moment, the sun came up above the hills, and the light of the sun blinded all the cameramen. Who all screamed, "No, block the sun!" We're running our lightning, so all of our wonderful volunteers raced down on the deck with placards to try to block the growth. Is this delicious?
Absolutely.
So, celebrating our local businesses, celebrating what a real economy is all about. Things that are made beautifully, with care, and with real concern for how the consumers are going to appreciate the quality of the product. Things that are made in a place as beautiful as this for people here and across Canada. And we have so many wonderful, wonderful businesses. We have everything from the high-tech folks who are doing the equipment that tells the trains in downtown Boston. You know that's also made here. How to divert tracks and run by computers. We have everything from Seasider to the spec. We're really hoping to get more of the fixed-wing search and rescue aircraft made by Viking. This is a region that has amazing, talented businesses. I love to say that we have lots of wonderful entrepreneurs because I love that word, especially ever since George Bush said, you know, the French don't even have a word for entrepreneurs. One of my favorite moments of Bush's. So, in tonight, Cheryl's going to talk for about 15 minutes. I think we really need to celebrate how important it is to be generous with those silent auction items and make sure this extraordinary little young man dog here gets his name. Because that would be much more important than anything else we're doing with our time. And he's such a, talk to his dad, he's such a very cheerful, loving, and giving child. No matter what's going on in his life, he's giving more to the people who come in contact with him. So let's make sure we're very generous. In our work as women in business, I'm not in business, let's face it, but what I think I see happening with women in our approach to dealing as I have to deal with it with politics, or what you're dealing with in making sure your businesses break even. There's a lot that we have in common, and I think that what makes the approach of women in business, or perhaps, certainly in my case, I hope, women in politics different, is we want to reach out and support each other. that it's about networking, it's about mentoring, it's about supporting each other, it's about realizing that we all do better when each of us succeeds, all of us succeed, and in a region like Sandwich Gulf Islands, in an area like Southern Vancouver Island, we're working from a base that really appreciates what's local and beautifully made. And in this case, we're appreciating Seasider, but it could be any of our businesses. I'm looking around the room and sharing with the excellent work you do in design and printing. And Tara, with your excellent work in wedding planning. Now, there's a whole area I never thought of as a business. I'm sorry, this is business, and you do it beautifully. Or Denise, I see you there in beautiful healthcare products that are one of the reasons people ask me, why am I still standing? I buy my products from there. You go, Denise, and I'll tell you all about Arizona and why I'm still vertical. Well, I am a happy camper, and I could go on about all the businesses I see, and Susie and Hampton Company. All of us need to support each other. In this region, we do as well. So my life, since I've been elected, I'll just tell you this much, and then we'll close off and make sure we do get to the silent auction items. I've never had a greater privilege in my life than serving as the Member of Parliament for Sandwich Gulf Islands. It's every single day. Yes, it's challenging, but I find such inspiration in the fact that democracy can still work if you approach it and say, okay, this is the challenge in front of me. What are the tools I can use? How do we deal with this? I'm really, really happy. As I stand here, we're close enough to the site to say, boy, am I happy we kept the Plant Health Center open. And this is something that serves us all. It does high quality science. The challenges of doing that, and so far, I mean, there's no media here, is there? No. Is there? No? Well, good. Because I don't like to boast in public, and I wouldn't want to seem boastful. But so far, keeping the Plant Health Center open is the first time since Stephen Harper became Prime Minister that that government has reversed itself to keep something open that they announced closed. So I'm really happy. I wrote an article about it for Island Tides for next week's article because I'm very nervous about taking credit for anything. My mom always said, you can accomplish anything you want if you don't care who gets the credit. So I have to say, I don't know if all the things I did are the reason the Plant Health Center is still open, but I know one thing, and the things I did couldn't have hurt. So I'm really happy about that. And again, we had tremendous community support on that issue. The North Sandwich Council and Mayor Fennell took a lot of effort to try to keep it open. And every time someone came to me, this is about the one disease I hope I never get, which is give-up-itis. I don't get give-up-itis. In the town hall meetings, and we have them twice a year, and I think you're getting used to them, because we've now had two, because it's only been a year. But in the last round of town hall meetings between Labor Day and when Parliament resumed, I had a lot of questions in meetings from people who said, what are you going to do to make sure that the land the Plant Health Center is on doesn't get sold as condos? What do we do to protect the park, the brook that's right next door to the Plant Health Center? Now that it's closing, what do we do about the land? And I kept saying to people, I don't accept that it's closing. I'll deal with your questions. If it turns out we can't keep it open, then I'll deal with all those other issues. But right now, the focus is on keeping it open. And I knew we had a really strong case. And frankly, the only reason I think the Plant Health Center is still open is that I've been working across party lines. And for all voted for me or not, I don't care. I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to serve you. And in that context, I'm extremely grateful to see so many community-minded, smart, committed, entrepreneurial, there we go, I worked again, women who are making a difference in our community. So thank you for all you're doing. Thanks for taking the time to support an important community project. And even though when I accepted this invitation, I thought Sidney Meet Up was about meeting a cute guy, I've overcome my disappointment on that front. For those of you who are cute guys here, I have discerned you're with somebody. It's okay. Thank you very much.